right. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, however you are watching this podcast. Tonight is going to be another hit tonight. As you can see, the topic is already in the room. And there's plenty to talk about. Now, I have sent out all the invitations to everybody that needs to join the podcast. Um, oh, I got a sponsor tonight too. Let me find it. Find that piece of paper. Here it is. They want me to talk about it tonight on the sponsor. All right. Make sure I got it out to everybody. I'm gonna put that in the camera later on. Okay. Um. Oh, yeah. Let's put it on Twitter. Yeah, I forgot all about that. Y'all give me just one more second, please. There we go. That's what I needed to do. There we go. I had to make sure I get that out. All right, now we got that out. Well, well, we got it out. Okay. Now that I've gotten that out, as you see the topic already, it's called It's That Time. What did I mean by that? What do I mean by that? It's that time. Well, it's a couple of times for a couple of things. We are a couple of days away from training camp. I got a good friend of mine that may or may not pop up in. He's a big time person in Houston. He may or may not pop in. I did talk to him earlier. I don't know if he's actually going to pop in or not, but if he does, I will surely let you guys know if he pops in, and we'll get on that subject. By the way, we I can't say too much. It's classified. I'm gonna say it that way. There's some classified things that I can't talk about just yet, but just know there is some things in the wind. That's all I can say. There are some things in the wind this season, and it could potentially be big. I mean, big. Oh, oh, yeah. Why am I yawning so much? Um, Tonight's topic is gonna be about two things. Well, I have two topics, and it's a very uncomfortable conversation. But it's a conversation that men or women have questions about. And one of the questions that I seen today, and I thought about it. I personally don't feel no way about it. But I saw the topic, and the topic was, well, it was on Facebook, and it was in the comments, and I figured I would touch on the topic a little bit, but it's a very uncomfortable conversation. So, most men wash their behinds a certain way. Now, for me, when I take a bath, I use two towels, one for my face, one for my face, arms, legs, private area, so forth. The second towel is used for the backside. Now, most men would say that it's zesty or gay to wash your behind. It is not gay to wash your behind. Because if you're not washing your behind a certain way, and like they say, getting up in there, I don't get all up in there like that, like that. But they say it's gay for a man to get up in his own behind and wash when you're taking a bath. Now, if you're not washing your behind, that's not good. Your girlfriend ain't gonna appreciate it. Your children not gonna appreciate it. Your co-workers ain't gonna appreciate it. Don't nobody around you want a stanky behind. Just don't. Like, I don't even want people sitting on my bed if I feel like you just look like you stink. I just don't want you sitting on my bed at all anyway, let alone in my house. So I guess the question goes, and there's only one type of soap for a man to wash his behind. Zesty, the zest soap. That's the only soap that I would use, to clean my behind. So some man said in the comments that it's gay to wash your own body, your own behind, and to get up in there, as they say, get up in there and wash your behind. Now, if you got a girlfriend and y'all take a shower together and she clean you, that could be a little gay. If your girlfriend getting up in there washing your behind like that, that's a little questionable to me. What I'm just saying, that's a little questionable to me. I mean, if I'm in the shower with my girlfriend and she washing my behind, let alone she washing me, period. Certain things you just don't want you don't want nobody to do. It's a little zesty, if you ask me. What is zesty? You want to know? Zesty mean you're in the closet. You know what I mean? You're not washing your behind. Most men just put a little soap on the outside and rub and call it a day. Get out the shower and call it a day. But real men, and when I say real men, I mean the man that grew up in the 90s, 80s, 70s. You clean your behind the right way. And there's only really one way to clean it. It's to get up in there and clean it. You got to be clean. It's nothing gay about washing your own self. Now, like I said, in the comments, they had all kinds of comments. Some men say, I'm not washing my behind like that at all. Well, that let me know two things about you. You're funky. You're still dirty. You got in the tub just to get back dirty. You see, women, I need a woman to come on the panel, which I'm supposed to have two women come on the panel tonight anyway. But my question is to women, when y'all take a bath, when y'all back there cleaning that backside area, do you get up in there and do you clean it? If you clean it, come up in my chat or just come on up on the podcast, and if you want to share, come on up and share. Because it's okay to be clean. There's nothing wrong with being clean. And they said, I read the comment, they said 65% of men do not wash their behind. That ain't good. That ain't good. %65%. That means a lot of men walking around here with their behind stanky and funky. Which, you look at my fingernails don't be dirty. I can't walk around, because if you got dirty fingernails, you just don't care about yourself. If you can't go get yourself a pedicure at least once every 2 weeks, what kind of man you is? What kind of man you is? But hey, each his own. We live in a day and time men don't think we should get pedicures. But if you got long fingernails and you lay in the bed with a woman, do you think a woman want to lay up in the bed with your crunchy feet, long toe jams, cutting her up, carving your woman up? You don't want to do that. You just don't. So, man, if you're watching this, wash your behind, okay? Get you some Zest soap, lather it up, get 2 towels. I don't believe in 1 towel. You got to have 2. Now, I've seen the comments, some men say they got 3 towels. That's excessive. That's a little bit excessive. You need 2 towels. One to wash your face, one to wash your body, upper body, and then you got the second towel to wash your behind and your private area. You should not be using the same towel to wash your face and your private area. That has no business in the same area. I'm just saying. That got no business in the same area. Ain't no way you should be using the same towel to wash your private area and washing your face with that same towel. Ugh. Ugh. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. That should be uncomfortable and unsettling to do that. I'm just simply saying. So, man, don't do that. Wash your behind. It's time. It's time. Okay? It's time to just do what you got to do. So, moving on to my next topic. We're going to talk about relationships. It's time. Are you in a healthy relationship? Are you mentally, physically, and emotionally checking in okay? Because it's the time that you check into each other's energy. I believe in energy. I believe in good energy. I believe in bad energy. You got to check, even if you got if you have a child with a mother, or a mother have a child with a son, daughter, you need to check in to the other person's energy. Check in, because you don't never know a person's mental state. It is okay to check in on somebody mentally and physically, because as this life is brutal, this life that we call life be lifing. Especially if you have kids, you know life is lifing. And it's okay, because you have to have somebody who loves you, who can care for you. And you ain't even got to be with that person to check in on that person. It's okay to check in on somebody and say, hey, how are you doing mentally? Just like you can check up on your mama, or check up on your sister, or check up on your siblings and ask them how they doing. Check in with somebody that you care about. It's just that time. It's okay to check in with people. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. But before you do that, make sure your breath don't stink. TikTok has given me a product to try, and it gives you minty breath. It gives you energy. I have 2 different flavors. I have the lemon balm, and I have blueberry balm. TikTok gave it to me for free. I have tried these products, and both of them give you energy. It gives you some kind of like electrolyte eating these. They get them off TikTok. So go to my TikTok shop, get you some of these. Your breath, I always smell. You don't want to be in nobody's breath funky neither. You just don't. So TikTok gave me these products, and it says what on top of the box: boost of energy. It has vitamin B, vitamin C, and it's healthy for you. So I highly recommend it. Go try it. It's on TikTok. Now, I did what I was supposed to do for that. Now, moving on to the next topic. Now, this topic is, how do I say? Teenagers. Let me take a drink before I talk about teenagers, because this could be a winded conversation. Okay. Now, for those of you who have kids that's going to high school, God help you. Because I remember when I went to the 9th grade, I laid out my clothes, my cologne. I even practiced my walk when I was going to the 9th grade, my freshman in high school. Man, I had some great memories in high school. And my daughter just said to me yesterday, she already got her outfit what she wants to wear her first day. I think it's cute. I think it's really cute. She didn't get a chance to show it to me on her phone when she was gonna wear it, but I'm assuming it's something that she likes. Um, Going to the ninth grade is very big, very, very big. You should be supportive of your kids because ninth grade is really what they focusing on and trying to figure out who and what they are. And I'm tuned in to my kid. I'm not gonna say I'm 1,000% tuned into her, but from 1 to 10, I'm gonna say I'm an 8 tuned into her. Her mother may come up here and say different. I doubt it. I doubt it. She would have to be a true woman to come up on my podcast again today. But she ain't got the guts to come on my podcast today because you know. Anyway, um, but raising teenagers takes a lot of energy to begin with. I'm gonna tell you that as a parent, as a man, my child is my twin. And I say that all the time to you. It's not a brag, it's not a flex. It is a fact. Sometimes that is a really, really good thing, and sometimes it's a bad thing. She has me and she has her mother, but she has 85% of my chromosomes. That seems to be the issue right there. My child is too much like me. That's just what it is. I'm not ashamed. I love her with all my heart and my soul. I love that girl. I do. I do. But I also have enough energy to love somebody else. And where there's room to improve, there's room to love. And where there's room to love, there's room to grow. I get asked all the time, what do I think about marriage? Do I think marriage is a thing in 2026? Well, I feel like if you're compatible, if you have a lot of the same, if y'all like a lot of the same things for the most part, yeah, sure, why not? You don't have to like everything that person like. You don't even have to enjoy some of the same things each other enjoy. As long as you can communicate, that's a big one. If you can communicate, tolerate, and love each other, you can do it. You can certainly do it. Communicate, communicate, communicate. I can't stress that word enough. You have to be able to communicate with the other person if you're dating somebody. It is just that time. Just what I said, just that time. Now, I don't know how y'all gonna take this. I think relationships are based on two things. When you exchange each other's phone number, it's not about who can text who first. You would think that's it, but that's not what it's about. It's establishing the basis of a relationship. What is that relationship established on? It has to be more than sex. It has to be more than I like you and you like me. It has to have some ground to say, hey, I dig you. I want to be with you. It has to be based on more than just I like you and you like me. We're not in high school anymore. It has to be based on more than just I like you. You have to see something within that person that you like about that person. You have to find something that you can say, hey, I could potentially see my life with you. It's just that time. I'm just simply saying. I'm saying what people are afraid to say. But you're afraid to say this and afraid to say that. I'm not. I'm going to come on this podcast and talk about the uncomfortable conversation. Now, here's another uncomfortable conversation. It's about to be football season, and you ladies and you women know. I'm gonna give y'all women some game. Ladies, it's about to be football season. This is the last week without football. So, ladies, let me give you some pointers in your relationship so you can strengthen your relationship. If your man is watching the football game, don't talk to him during the football game. Sit on the couch, grab you a snack, get in tune to what your man, if you really want to get some points with your husband or your boyfriend, you want to get some points, get tuned in to what he's watching. Ask questions. Hey, who is that player that just made that touchdown? Hey, he did a good job. Find out who some of the players is on the team. You don't have to be all into it. I'm just simply saying, find out what your man like about his football team. I'm pretty sure there's a certain player that he likes on that football team. Get yourself in, and if you get yourself a jersey, your man will love you to death if you get a jersey of your man football team. He will appreciate you. I'm telling you, he will definitely appreciate you. 2, if the man is watching football, hey, he's not going to cook. That game is going to come on either at 12 noon or 7 o'clock or 4 o'clock. And if he's getting home from work, he probably want to come home, take a bath, relax, speak to his kids, hang out with his kids for a little while. If you're a real man, he going to hang out with his kids for a little while, give you some attention, and then he going to get on his couch, and he is going to watch some football. Monday night football, Thursday night football, Sunday night football. The best thing you can do is enjoy the company with him. He don't want to talk about your day at that time. At that moment, it is the wrong time to go up to your man and tell him how was your day, what your problem is. That is just the wrong time to talk to your man about anything. He's thinking about one thing and one thing only. He's thinking about, hey, can my football team get a W? That is all he is thinking about at that time. Can my team get a W? Because let me tell you something. If your man team don't win, wrestling believe it's not going to be good in the house. He going to feel down. He going to be frustrated. He may be even a little mad. But you know what you can do? Let me give you some insight. Ladies, come on up. Turn this up. Turn this up. You know what you can do? If your man football team lose, you know what you can do? Give him some good loving. You can't go wrong giving your man no good loving. However you want to do that. Whatever your man like, you need to give it to him if your man lose. If he lose that football game, give your man the best love he ever got. Because that's what's going to pick his spirits up. And that's going to last a couple of days, especially if he lose on a Sunday or a Monday. He has to wait till all the way next week to hear that. And especially if you're a Cowboy fan, that's going to be all week long. All week long, you're going to have to worry about the Cowboys. Because truth be told, that's the most hated team in America. It's the Dallas Cowboys. Okay? That is the most hated team in America. It's the Dallas Cowboys. Now, as you can see, I'm a Texas fan. Ain't no two ways about that. I am a diehard Houston, Texas super fan. I know all about my football team. I know my players. I know my coaching staff. I know what kind of team we have. I know just about all the way to the back to the front. Who is what and who doing what. Okay? And before y'all ask, do you know your kids that way? Yes, I know my daughter that same way. I'm tuned in to my child. Okay? I'm very in tune with my child. I am. I'm even in tuned in with my goddaughter. I'm tuned in with her too. So don't come at me in the comments asking me, am I tuned in, like that. And if I had a relationship and if I had a girlfriend, guess what? I'm going to be in tune to my woman too. Because she's going to be in tuned in to me as much. This is the way I operate. I give you what you give me. I put in much energy that you put into me. If you give me 110%, I'm gonna give you 110%. If you only giving me 50%, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you 50%. You get in what you put out. My mama always told me that you get in what you put out in life. You get in what you put out. So that's just what that is. Um, at this point in time, if you want to come on in, all you got to do is click that button. Come on up to the podcast. If you think I said something, or even you want to challenge me on something, come on up. I love a good challenge. So we gonna take. We gonna. There's nobody in the comments just yet. That's surprising. Nobody's in the comments. But let me check on the people that were supposed to come in real quick. I'm gonna take a short commercial break, a 60-second commercial break, and I will be right back. So y'all give me like 30 seconds, and I will be right back. Okay, I told you guys I'll be right back, and I am back. I am currently waiting on two people to come up. They said they're coming. They're a little late to the party. They said that they come in, so let's see. So we gonna see if they're gonna come in. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. One more person. Let me see if he's gonna come up. Okay, now I'm waiting for my homeboy to come on up because he's supposed to be coming by. Hopefully he does. What can we do until then? Yeah, let me go to the comments. Let's go to some of your comments. Let me call. Let me make a phone call real quick, you guys. Let's see what's going on with that. Let me see what's going on. Give me just a second, you guys. Okay. So I'm waiting on somebody to pop in just a second. They'll be on in just a second. I guess we can just y'all just put some questions in the comments for now. How about we do that? Y'all give me some questions in the comments. I am live on YouTube, so y'all put some questions in the comments, and I'm gonna read them. I'm refreshing so I can see the comments as they come. Oh, okay, okay. Hold on here. Well, okay. Well, I got one person working out. I got one person that's not at home yet. So, but I did make everybody aware exactly what time the podcast was going to be, which was at 9 o'clock p.m. Central Time. Um, I guess I'm gonna have to do this podcast by myself tonight because normally I have 2 or 3 people up on the panel, and one person is too shy to come up. She is just too shy to come up. Um, yeah, pretty much. But I guess I can start talking about nah, cause he didn't come up neither. Y'all give me another second. I'm gonna text him. I'm gonna call him. Y'all give me one more second. This I know that this is a live podcast, but I'm not gonna end it because I'm just gonna give him a call and see what happens. All right, you guys. I just gotta be patient. Some people saying they're almost making it at home. I got one person still gonna stop by. I hope he does. I hope he does. Um, the other 2 people, I don't know where they at. I can't speak to where they at. But I'm supposed to have a panel full of people at this present time, but everybody's doing their own thing at this present time. I got one person, she's just too shy to come out. I even told her she ain't got to cut her camera on if she don't want to. I know how some of y'all are about y'all hair, on y'all nails together, whatever the case may be. But um, I get every excuse in the book as to why, but um, people will be people. Now, my best friend, I don't know why he knew this was gonna be at 9 o'clock, so I don't know why he's not up at the moment. But normally, there's 2 or 3 people on the panel. Normally, I had this on a Wednesday night at 9 o'clock. But since I missed last week, I wanted to make up, today why I had time because time is very valuable. Um, you know, it is what it is. I'm just gonna stick around for a few more minutes and see if they gonna pop in. Meantime, in between time, y'all can put some comments in the y'all can roll with the comments on the side over here and give me some questions if you want. Y'all more than welcome to do that. I don't like this background. Yeah, let's put something in the background. Yeah, all right. I'll just leave it at that. Put that in here. Why not? Oh, okay. That's the outside background. Okay. I'm just fooling around with some features that this thing comes with, and I don't never really use too much. All right, I got one person that's finally decided to come up. My best friend, my homeboy, no less, no more, J. King Trill.
Hey,
Better,
what's going on?
better late than never, huh?
Yeah, my bad, I'm busy, man. Busy, busy. What's going on, man?
Oh man. Well, one of my topics I already talked about. I don't know if you was watching, but you got to go back to the beginning to catch up on that. But the second part was children. What you was doing when you went to the ninth grade. Did you get your clothes out? Did you get your clothes ready? Did you? How did you feel going to the ninth grade, getting yourself ready for the for freshman in high school? I,
Uh, yeah, when I was going to ninth grade, yeah, I was always the person to pick my clothes out the night before, starting iron. We was still starting iron, increasing my pants at the time. Uh, just wanted to wear different stuff, especially your first day, that first week. You wanted to be like, okay, I'm gonna show off what I got, the new J, the new shirt, new whatever. As you got older, that first little week you ain't really come to school. Like once you got to like 11th grade, maybe 10th, kind of how fast you mature, you didn't really wear all your good stuff the first week or two. You wore some bullcorn or regular white tee, blue jeans, slippers. I mean, you excited. The only thing I really didn't have that I would have loved to put in my arsenal back then was cologne. We knew about the brute. We knew about the juke. The main stuff, but maybe some instant Miyake. Only because of Pimp C. Shout out to UGK and them. But
yes,
other than,
sir. Yes,
other
yes.
than that, like that's what I really would have had in my arsenal. Good cologne game and a little bit more. We was still wearing baggy stuff, big jersey, big pants.
You know, my
So
my daughter was just telling me yesterday, about her first day of school, how she wanted to go, how she wanted what she wanted to wear, and I can't think about, like damn, I was her age at one time, and I looked forward to going to the ninth grade. You want to be fresh, you want to look better than anybody else. You want to be the first. You want to be the one. You want to be seen that first day.
yeah, the only thing about coming from town where we from, whatever, is small. So if some you mess around and everybody got the same shoes, everybody got maybe the same shirt, you gonna run into somebody with your same outfit. That's why it was always hard to pick because you always, at the time we didn't have all the internet, so we had to go to the mall in Beaumont The ones that could go, go to the mall in Houston, maybe Lake Charles, or you had to hit a booster who was selling the clothes, stealing the clothes.
And these clothes, these kids now they shop online. I
Yeah,
think
that's
I
why I say
but these kids
online give you more variety than what we had. Like now, somebody can find a website maybe that nobody else looking at possibly and find something that nobody else really got. Like back then, we had to get something that everybody. We going to the same store in the Beaumont Mall. They got the same stuff. You remember the Algier shirt from Houston with all the rappers' name on it, the throwback jerseys with the hat, Negro League jerseys, the Jabot jeans, the
all that
Coochie, the Gucci.
the Sean Johns, all of that. That was our era. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I say we all had the same thing. Now it's more variety. Or people know how to custom make stuff. It's more easier now. If
You know,
get
I
a,
still wonder do these with these do people still wear Sean? I see a few people who still wearing Sean
they
John.
don't. If they do, it's old. It ain't really nothing too new because they not really making nothing. A lot of that stuff is old stuff they find at the thrift store.
These kids call it vintage. This
Yeah, they
generation
find it
call
at
it
the
vintage.
thrift store or somebody else had them at their house, a cousin, hand me down clothes. Like that's why I say like now they teach you online. You can go to the store and get a regular white tee. They'll show you how to get a can of spray paint, make this out of this, do this, do that. You can create you a nice shirt and iron this on and iron it. We didn't have all that back then. It was hard to find somebody to iron a shirt or make a shirt. You can go
Let
anywhere now and
alone
get.
let alone know how to use the iron anyway.
Yeah, you can go right on the internet, create your logo, or tell them what you want. Boom, bam, boom. They send you a template of it. You like it, they print it on a shirt. You got your shirt made. So that's why I say it's more easier now than when we had it.
For
But you
sure.
were, but I know you was really trying to impress because for one, you're a freshman. The upperclassmen gonna be looking at you because you're new to the school now. Everybody, especially if you're a pretty girl, all the dudes gonna want you. If you're a dude, all the girls gonna want you. See what sports you're in. They didn't heard about you if you was good in basketball, football. They already heard about you, so they try to put you on your butt when you get to school. If you're somebody that like to fight, they want to see what you're about. If
You
you
know how
gang bang, if you somebody giving it up easy, they trying to get you. If you was a hustler, different things like that. I know how you came into the high school and what they heard about you.
yeah, yeah, all of that. You know, I was the ones that sit back and watch the girls and find out, okay, you know, we sit back and watch which one I can choose from. Who was allowed, who was the quietest. Who was the quietest girl, who was the loudest girl. You looking at them too. The quietest girls was the most wildest girls.
Yeah, I just sat back and did me, man. Freshman year, I just chilled. I was me. Said we down there. Said we was taking over the school. You gotta learn your little do's and don'ts and who to mess with. And, you're gonna get a lot of people's phone numbers and stuff the first little week or month. And after that, really, the football games start going. That's when we gotta go to the football games and
Oh, yeah, I remember them things. Yeah,
or
yeah.
or, or girl volleyball games too. That's like the beginning of the
Basketball.
school year.
Wait, ain't your baby going in ninth grade too?
Yeah, but like I say, when you first start school, it's always football and volleyball. Then it goes into
Volleyball,
basket.
basketball. Yeah, or
Yeah, then
track.
it goes into basketball. Then it goes into track and all that too. Softball, baseball, and all that. Come where we from, we didn't have a lot. Yeah, basketball, baseball, volleyball, tennis. Some of these other people they got hockey, swim team, and all that now around. But like I say, it always start with football and volleyball. Then it goes into basketball. Then it goes into track, tennis, softball, so baseball. So
Didn't you play football too? I played football in high school too. Didn't you play football
I
too?
did I did a little bit freshman year, but it wasn't nothing. I got out of it. I got in. I really wasn't gonna be in, but I got in, got out, trying to come back sophomore year. Really wasn't happening. I started really kind of making money, and my thing was getting some money.
I already know.
My mom had it. I started working. I started doing a little stuff behind my back, selling, making a little here and there. And want to play football, wasn't my cup of tea after that.
And them practices was enough for me. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, them practices, woo, them football practices, man.
Yeah, it was just like, come where we from. If you really wasn't that top person, ain't nobody really was looking at you like that. I didn't want to waste my time playing football, man. I knew I wasn't really gonna go to nowhere. It's easier now because they got the internet. You can make your own tapes and put your own stuff out, and
On
have,
highlights.
you can do your own stuff. Back then the school did it. If they felt like you was good enough to go out, you went out. If not, they didn't put you out. They held you back. Like, nah, I ain't have time for all that. Like I say, we was coming up on that quick internet era. We was like, we started it, but it didn't really get good till later.
Man, that was in MySpace was out. But one of my conversations I had earlier, I was saying, it's almost just the last week without football. And I was giving the ladies who got if you got a girlfriend, hey, it was about to be football season. I was giving them the rules and the rundowns. If your man watching football, try to get into it, learn your football team, get a jersey. I was saying get a jersey. Don't really ask them too many questions. You know, um, trying to tell them about your day. How was your day out? That's the wrong time to tell your man about your day. I was simply saying, certain things is just the wrong time to have a conversation with somebody, especially during football season. So anything you want to add to that?
I mean, you gonna ask me about, if you gonna tell me about today, like I say, if I'm in the game and we looking, I'm gonna listen somewhat, you do have your own little privacy, you know, but you, like you say, especially, I don't know kind of how you work. If you got a woman that really don't work on the weekend, she don't really bother you, or y'all at least off on Sundays or something. You should have had a food cooked, clothes washed, y'all.
That's
Y'all
what I
kind of
said.
do.
Come home from work, like
Yeah,
I said
right.
earlier, you come home from work, speak to your kids, hang out with your girlfriend for a little while, your wife,
Yeah,
give
but I'm
her.
saying some people don't really work on Sunday. Some people be off. Some people be off already. Some people go to church first, then they come home. Some people usually work nights, so they get up, watch the game, they back sleep. The ones that got off.
Like you used to, where you could just pick it up later on. You want to watch the game when it's live. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. I say, yeah, you'll watch it. You'll get up and watch it, but you try to get stuff out the way first because it's Sunday. You still got to start out the week. Still got to wash your work clothes. Got to get your food cooked, your meals prep. So yeah, when the game on, yeah, you don't want to be bothered. Then you gonna try to do whatever you can do at halftime. But sometimes you had them early morning games.
Like the 12 o'clock game, after the 12 o'clock,
Yeah,
what is it, the 4 o'clock game?
no, you have a. Sometimes you had them early morning ones. Then you have a 12.
You got the after the 12 o'clock and noon
Yeah,
game.
it's like a 3, 3:30. Then you have your after that. Then you have your last game of the night. But like
Your
I say,
7 o'clock game. Yeah, you got the 7 o'clock.
yeah. But that's why I say usually if you're off, if you're a church person, you got to go to church. So 9 out of 10, you're gonna either probably missing the
Depending on what
game.
time your football team play,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If your team play about 12, 9 out of 10, you're gonna miss the game. Cause some
yeah,
churches don't start till 10:30 or 11, so you're gonna miss
yeah,
the 12.
yeah.
Now, if your game is 3:30, later, then you okay. Then you still gotta come home, start getting food together while you got free time. So you gotta either make something quick, or if you do have a wife or girlfriend, you can help. If you're by yourself, you just by yourself.
Yeah, you just got to get yourself ready. But if you got a family, you know what I'm saying. When you come home from church, you take off your church clothes, kick off your shoes, eat some food, and sit there
Well,
and get ready.
sometimes you gotta start it. Shit, if you cook, you gotta start it.
Well,
Start clothes.
women Most real women gonna have that food already before we even while we getting ready for church. She gonna already have that food on. That way, by the time we get back, it's already just about cooked.
Yeah, some of them, but they don't do all that.
That's if you put it in the crock pot.
That's a long shot. A lot of people don't use all that, man. They don't use all that no more. You got the real ones that's it might be marinated and a lot of stuff might be chopped up already. All they gotta do is throw it in the pot, but a lot of times they not use a lot of people not using that. They cooking straight out that pot. But
Well,
like I
that's real women though. Real women know how to get in there and sling. Hook it up in the kitchen to where.
that's why I say yeah. I mean, even some of the motherfuckers that don't know what they doing, they don't even have a crock pot. Hell, some of them throw a piece in the oven. Shit.
Yep. And think you gonna call it a day. Nah, you
I
not
mean,
finna.
but if you're a man, you watching football and you want something, then nine times what you gonna eat? You gonna eat finger food, wings, pizza, nacho, dip. You gonna eat
A
quick stuff.
Subway sandwich, something, yeah,
Yeah,
something
yeah,
quick.
some yeah. Not she can make you a nice ass sandwich with some chips or fries or a sausage, hot dog,
And
chili
that's the
cheese.
thing. Most real, I'm gonna say most decent women, not even a perfect woman, most decent women, they gonna know what they man want to eat for football for the football game. They gonna know what they man want to eat. And if you into the football game with him, more than likely you probably gonna have that just about already done already.
Yeah, well, you got some. You got the quick fast people. You got people that don't know how to cook. The people that might already cook and don't want to cook. Then you have the ones where you go eat a meal. Like I told you, you got the down home people that was raised. They were raised up on a meal. On Sundays, you cooked a good meal. Wasn't no finger foods and nothing. It was a meal. Red beans and rice, fried chicken, fried
Oh,
catfish, course.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Like that was on Sunday. So that's
That's
what
your
you,
grandma that raised that daughter. See, that's the problem with some of these women. I'm not gonna say all. I'm gonna say that's the problem with some of these women. They raised by these young women. They not teaching them how to cook in the kitchen and how to get in there and throw down. They don't even know
why
anything how to throw down, let alone how to fry chicken.
that's why I say you got something. But sometimes some people they'll cook Saturday. The food will be like they'll cook Saturday night. So when you wake up Sunday morning, you really ain't gotta do nothing but maybe throw the cornbread in there.
Yeah, put everything back on the stove and warm it
Yeah,
up. That's all
or you'll just have to fry your fish and warm everything else up. You know, that's what you call being prepared, especially when you know you got church. If y'all go to church together, you know, 9 times 10, you got kids, that's what you usually do. Unless it's something quick you can fix. But other than that, you throw
well,
everything together the before because
you got your chicken spaghetti, you got your regular spaghetti. Ain't too much in the world you really could do to throw something together quick.
yeah, shit, hell yeah, you can do some okra, you can do some chicken, you can do some meatballs, you can do some salad, man. You can do a lot of stuff quick. You just like I say, you it's a difference. Like I say, you got to go from singles. Like right now, if you talk about this, like you by yourself, nobody, it's different. Then if you go to you and the girl, it's gonna be a little different. Then when you go to you and the daughter,
Well,
like
if I
what?
do have an old lady, I'm gonna get that crock pot the night before. I'm saying, if I know I got my girl coming over, or I know I really ain't got a lot of money to begin with, I'm gonna throw everything in that crock pot. And when I get home from church, we gonna be able to eat good out that crock pot.
Yeah, like I say, but some things you still gotta fix later. Like you gonna cook rice,
Oh
you
yeah,
gotta
I
fix.
got my rice cooker. Yeah, yeah, you
Yeah,
put it
you
in.
gotta cook that. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Somebody will call. You, if you can throw it in a crock pot, but like I say, you got some stuff you still gotta like rice, other little stuff. If you frying chicken, if you frying wings, you gotta do that shit when you get back. Like like that crock pot will be like I'll throw some red beans and sausages in there. So when I get back, it ain't gonna take the chicken or the fish already seasoned. Cornbread gonna be ready to pull and put in the oven. Rice gonna be putting on. So by the time the game start about we get home maybe by 2 o'clock, 1:30. By the time the game start about 3:30, no, everything should be done.
Now, if you doing
Or
some ribs on the barbecue pit, you gotta do that. You gotta do that the day before.
you don't really have to. You can do it if you go to church, but you gotta know what you're doing. You gotta have your pit on a low temp. or you can do it in the oven.
You
You can do
can.
good.
Yeah, you
You can
can.
do good ribs in the oven for about 2 3
I didn't
hours.
realize
So,
you could do it in the crock pot neither. I just not saying what you could do ribs in the crock pot.
yeah. If you got a big enough crock pot, yeah, yeah. But like I say, in the oven, they just as good as on the pig. Only thing with the pig, get a little more smoky and flavor, but in the oven, they fall right off the bone. By the
Tenderism.
time,
Tenderism.
by the time you get home from church, you can just take them out, open their foil up, lather them down with a little sauce, and let them go back in there for a few more minutes while the other stuff going. You good to go. And just like I say, it's just different levels. Cause like not only that, it's just not the say say as you and a woman and two kids. Not only you gotta cook, you gotta wash dishes, you gotta wash the game, you gotta get the kids ready for school, you gotta get yourself ready for work, you gotta get clothes. That's a lot going on. So
Oh,
in between time, in the meantime, 'cause even if your team come on at 3:30, when your team go out, you still want to watch the 7 o'clock game without being bothered.
yeah, for
If
sure.
you like if you like football, you gonna watch football whether your team playing or not. So
Well,
at 7 o'clock too, from
especially if
7 to 10, huh?
especially if it's playoff time, you definitely want to watch all the games on the playoff because that's gonna that's gonna affect who what and where. You know what I'm saying? All of
Yeah,
that.
but I'm just saying, if you're a football person, period, when that 7 o'clock game come on at 7:30 and then go off about 10:30. 9 times out of 10, if you can't wait to that, then start getting ready for work or getting your kids out of bed. You gotta do that shit in between time, whether your team on or not. Even though it's another parent in there, she might have to get herself ready for work. You gotta do yours. Or some people do this. If she cook, you wash the dishes. Or some people cook and wash as they go. So I mean, it's stuff that if you got older kids, you might get them to wash the little dishes while you do what you do. So it goes different ways once you start adding kids and other people in it. Some people don't like putting the food up in pots, so they get containers out and put the food up in containers. Some people put the whole pot in the ice box with the lids on it. It's different little things to go.
With me, if I'm gonna do
People,
the whole meal, I like you know what I'm saying. You know what you said the other day? That tastes real good. Some okra. Uh,
you can do okra sausage and chicken over
you
some rice.
you can't go wrong making no okra. If you don't know how to cook it, it can taste real
Yeah,
nasty.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You can do something simple. You can do a quick sausage, chicken, gravy, and rice. And put your cornbread, make you some green beans on the side or some corn or broccoli or whatever you feel like eating.
It all depends on what you want to eat for that. For that
That's
day.
why I say usually. Now I done ran into some people that has a big family. They have menus out.
I
You
remember
know,
you have to come eat for football game. You cooked something that day for your kids. Well, I forgot what that shit was that you made that day.
I'm
Whatever it
like,
was,
yeah.
good. We was watching the Colts in Houston play.
That's why I say I know how to cook a lot of shit that don't take too long, bro. It's not that. It's just that you gotta know what you want. Like, remember I say I done ran into some families that have menus every day. Like, they prep their meals out during the week. They might do like chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes and gravy with green beans or corn Monday and Tuesday.
I know, I
Wednesday.
know ribeyes be the truth too, but I know the ribeyes are expensive, but baby, them ribeyes be the truth. If you know how to cook a good ribeye, boy, you gonna eat all of that.
Yeah, but you gotta look at the budget. You gotta look at who all in the house and who all eating and what. If you got 3 kids and two of you, that's 5 people. Ribeye get expensive. Then that's where you gotta go to some cheap steak meat, or that's where you gotta get pork steak or some cheap cuts of meat. That's why people usually cook something big. That- That's why I say your budget, even if you got a lot of money, your budget change and then your taste. If you look it up on the internet and document it, your taste bud change every 7 years.
So some things you like now in 7 years you might not like, you know. So that's why then two, as you get older, you get used to eating the same things. You know, like you like wings. You know, you eat wings all type of different ways, but you can eat wings all day. I don't mind eating wings either, but I have to switch it up. For me, I like boneless stuff. I like to get to the point. You know, give me some boneless wings. I can get some chicken tenders. Hell, you can do chicken tender and fries. I can do chicken tenders on top of some gravy, mashed potatoes. I can do I can make some type of Chinese dish with the chicken tenders fried. Like I can do a lot of stuff, you know, with chicken tenders, you know, other than compared to wings. You can smother wings, you can fry wings, you can bake wings, you can barbecue wings, but like I said, they still kind of the same thing. Cause sometimes if you're eating wings and rice, if that's not smothered with gravy, I don't want no wings and rice with no gravy. Cause I'm gonna have to pick the wing up and eat the wing, which is gonna make the purpose of having gravy and rice, you know. So if you're gonna do fried wings, that's when you put it with fries and stuff like that. Some
If you
finger
can
food
fry
type shit.
you can smother it and call it a day.
Yeah, but you smother it with gravy, yeah, then you can put it with rice. But if you're eating crispy wings, you don't want to pick
Oh,
through your
nah,
food.
not no finger wings. Nah, no, no.
Yeah, like no, even if you fry 'em, you don't really want to put no gravy on them either. No mashed potatoes, no rice, nothing. If you ain't gonna smother it down, I don't want no gravy. I don't want no wings.
Now, you
No,
got a family of two and three, you right. If you got a family of two or three, you got a daughter and the son, or a son and the daughter, or two daughters. You know them kids gonna eat all of that, and they
yeah,
gonna
but you gotta make something big though to last. You know, you don't want nothing that's quick. Like yeah, you can make burgers and fries. Like if you make burgers, you can either do fries or you can do chips. Um, if you want to get a little fancy, you can do a burger with a side of a little nacho cheese dip, a little meat you got extra. You can throw that in there. You know, you can do a little something here. What they call it, the baby shower food. Like I said, you can
finger
do a lot of shit.
finger food.
Yeah, you can do your little meatballs and stuff. Kind of what you feel like doing. You
Like
just gotta make sure.
if I knew I was getting my daughter this weekend, I would probably because she loves shrimp. She loves her mama don't buy all that expensive stuff. She say because when I buy shrimp, I bought a jumbo shrimp. I don't buy the little. I bought a jumbo shrimp. And ever since I started cooking that girl shrimp, she loved them. She
But,
loved jumbo shrimp.
but like I say, that's cool for like now with you and just your daughter. But if it was you, another woman, and she might have a kid kind of her age, you gotta get a lot of shrimp. Then you just eating shrimp. You're not eating nothing else with it. You might throw a corn, potato, something, yeah, but like you gotta start. That's why I say it's meal time. It's stuff to fill you up, stuff that can last 2 days. Cause come Monday, you just not going back to work. You don't want to come home and have to cook. Then two Mondays, football too. So now you want to come home and get to relax, help your kids out, help your wife out. Turn down, take your bath, and sit down and relax and watch the game. You don't want to have to come home and cook a whole nother meal. So that's why I say you got to make stuff straight. That's why I say my cooking shrimp. You can cook shrimp, or you can make like a jambalaya with the shrimp, with some rice and something else. You can do different stuff, but now like that's why I say your meal selections and choices change as you start adding people to yourself or to your life. One person like right now you by yourself, if you can do whatever you want for a football game. You can do wings, you can do shrimp, you can do fish. You ain't gotta cook a lot. It's just you. When you add your daughter, you can do enough to fill her up. 9 times 10 you'll probably do some snacks or something after that. And soda, ice cream, popsicle, whatever, you good to go.
She only gonna watch so much of the game and then she gonna leave. That's what she used to do with me anyway. She'll
Yeah,
watch
but
some.
I'm just saying that just so still got, like I said, that still gotta eat. So even
Yeah,
if she watch the game or not, she gotta eat. And just imagine if she was staying with you till that Monday, gotta eat all the shrimp Sunday. Now you gotta figure out another thing to fix Monday. Who say you gonna be wanting to fix anything Monday?
Facts.
You know, that's what I'm saying. You gotta fix it for 2 days, or if not, you're gonna be eating a sandwich or a noodle. I'm not a big noodle person like that, so I ain't really up to fixing noodles. Now I'll make a sandwich, and some chips if I got to, and juice, soda, whatever you water, whatever you got. Yeah, I enjoy that. But if I'm gonna cook, I'm gonna cook for 2 days at least. It's gonna last me 2 days. Even if I'm by myself, that's what I try to do. At least 2 days. Sometimes you really down bad, you might have to stretch it out to three. But sometimes 2 days is a minimum.
Yeah, you gotta cook a meal. Yep. Especially first day them kids come home from school, you definitely want to cook them a meal because they say they're gonna be excited. They gonna be hungry. Especially you give them a little money, you give them a little school money, but they gonna spend that up the same day.
I'm gonna do you like everybody else. You come home, you make your ass a sandwich and some chips, that's a snack. That's all you need. Then you'll eat when it's time to eat.
And really, at that age in high school, you supposed to put money. That money I give you, really supposed to be putting that money in your account so you could buy stuff at school.
Yeah, they let them buy so much, but they still don't feed them kids a lot anyway. A lot of high school, you only get so much. These kids are grown. These kids are growing at enormous rates, and they eating. Hell, some of them kids and football players and some other people, they can eat 3 or 4 kids' plate, and they not even really fat. They just,
I don't know if you can leave off campus. I think if you're in the truck, I don't know if you still could leave off campus to go get something to eat and come back. I don't know if you still could do that or not.
I mean, they really don't be wanting you to, but like I say, I don't know around here in Houston. But some Houston schools they have little restaurants in their school. They have little
Yeah,
Chick-fil-A's and
they can afford to do all of that. Yeah, but like
yeah,
Thorns, the BUs, I don't know if they even have any of that. But
yeah.
I'm
West Orange really didn't want you to leave. It's like you had to sneak off and leave. That's why you sneak out the class early enough and sneak in the car and leave and come back. The best time we had getting food off campus was at the it's the middle school now, which it was then. The one it used to have a KFC across the street.
I remember that.
But
Yeah,
man, we used to walk to that KFC and and get them famous bowls and all that stuff that first came out, or get some chicken sandwiches or whatever, and we could walk right back to the campus because they didn't really check to see if all of us was outside because we was mostly in the building eating or we was outside. We run across that street, run back.
yeah, yeah.
Or we'll be getting back right before the bell ring. We'll jump back and walk in the highway like wasn't nothing. So that was the only good time we had. Other than that,
You go.
yeah,
You going to your daughter's orientation for ninth grade? Like you go. You going with her? Like I know I'm gonna go with my daughter on the
yeah,
orientation.
mine's on the 8th. I think it's at 9 in the morning or 12 or something.
Mine, yeah, I know what time mine is, but yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be supportive.
Yeah, I already went. I mean, I already know the school, but I'm gonna let her do her thing now too. Let her sit around and see about her schedule. If anything need to be changed, we need to contact them. And
Your daughter and my daughter gonna graduate at the same time.
yeah, hope so. Hope both of them do what they need to do. Just because you're in school now don't mean you're gonna graduate. I tell it to my oldest one. You gotta. They don't just let you graduate no more now. You got all these tests that you gotta take to move forward. That's why I say freshman year, kind of the last year to kind of bullshit around, but you really don't want to. But it's the last year you got to give yourself a little chance. Other than that, other than all them tests, they count for sure, for sure. If you don't pass them tests, you might think you say 10th grade, 11th grade, 10th grade, but you still consider the freshman on they book. You still got to get them credit. So that's what I'm trying to stay on them about. I don't know if Kim gonna play volleyball. I don't know what she's gonna do. All that. Right now, I just want them to enjoy school and do what they gotta do.
Well, yeah, I don't know what my kid gonna do yet, but I guess I'll figure it out. Whatever it come up, we'll figure it out.
I got one more year after this. My other one, my first daughter be out, and I got three more after this year. And them 3 years gonna go by quick. So you know it, they'll be graduating. So that's why I say they gotta enjoy your time while you got a chance.
I definitely am. Man, I'm not gonna keep you. My other guy, he didn't come up. The other people didn't come up. I guess everybody out doing their own thing, and I ain't really tripping. I'm gonna do it another day anyway. I appreciate you coming up, man, and yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I mean, like I said, we're supposed to have other people to come up, but they didn't. They didn't decide to come up. But that's all right. I'm about to do it. Do catch up with them and do it another day.
Alright, man, y'all enjoy the day, man.
All right, man.
Alright.
All right. All right, you guys. As y'all can see, I done this podcast on a Tuesday. It's normally be on a Wednesday at 9 a.m. No, not 9 a.m. 9 p.m. So what's today? Today is Tuesday. Let's catch up and do this again Monday. Let's do this Monday. Yeah. Let's catch up with each other on Monday at 9 o'clock. Right after Monday Night Raw. I will be on right after Monday Night Raw. You guys have a blessing. Stay blessed and stay up. DJ Amazing out.